Good morning. Good morning from India, from Indian subcontinent. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, people who will wake up soon or who are going to sleep and then will wake up and then I don't know how it works. But जहाँ पे मैं wherever I am, it's a rainy morning. So good morning. And I just woke up and I have some important Manchester United news to share, and that is what I have promised myself that I'll keep doing. If it is Manchester United, I need to cover it because the club needs voices. I don't know, at least from India, I think people need voices to to reflect on, to feel connected to, and blah blah blah. But I think Ronaldo might might just stay, with the arrival of Casemiro, who got announced last night. He We finalized him for 59.2 million, 59.5 million pounds to be exact. And yes, we have Casemiro right now. We have a CDM that we were hoping for the last 4 years. We spend money on everything else except a good CDM, but right now we have him. That is done and dusted. We don't have to worry about Casemiro. He won't be available for us in the Liverpool game, so we will still be losing three straight games in the Premier League, and that is very, very, very sad. Um, Again, none of what I say will be in adherence to the Glazers. Everything that I say or I do or whatever it is has to have one motive and only one motive. Glazers need to go. We win, we lose, I don't care. Glazers need to go. We win the Champions League, we win the Premier League, Glazers need to go because they aren't doing anything for the club. Uh, One of the biggest examples that they're not doing shit for the club is our training facilities are the same as it was 10 years ago when Sir Alex was a part of the coaching staff. He was the manager. It's the same. Nothing has changed. The facilities are the same. It's rusting, and there is not a single penny spent on it, and that is very, very sad. For a team like United, other teams like Tottenham, they'll take a piss on our training facility. Our facility is as good as I don't know, any college facility from Europe or the US. I, 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 I have got the news and I know that for a fact. Our youth team has no nutritionist. I think I heard this from someone. I heard Rio Ferdinand say it on his podcast. Uh, how is it possible? Our youth team does not have a nutritionist. The- aren't we supposed to be the biggest football academy in the world? Aren't we supposed to be that? How the hell can someone neglect that? So these are the few of the things that are being neglected off and off, and Glazers have been with us for 17 years now, and there is nothing that they can do right now which will revive their uh, will revive my hope of staying Glazers in. That will not happen. So the only thing that they can do right now is just sell the club and just get the fuck out of my club, man. Anyway, uh, that is for why Glazers should not be there, owning this club. Second news coming in, Casemiro, of course, whatever. He signed, he's a great player. I hope he does well for the club. But I am in no way excited. You can see from my face, I am not excited. I'm not excited at all. Because the club is not doing well and they have not been doing well for so long. They have not been doing well, and I'm really, really, really sad about it. Also, next news, which is the most important news for me as a fan, is Chelsea are interested in Harry Maguire. I don't know, is he a replacement for the aging Thiago Silva? I have no clue what system he'll fit in at Chelsea, but they are interested in Harry Maguire, and I am the happiest if this deal goes through. I think I have been reading that it might be a swap deal with Pulisic, or I don't know. He comes in on loan and we just give out Maguire, or we just let him go. Like, we don't need to take money from anyone. We just let him go. I know we made a mistake for 80 million pounds. That doesn't mean we keep on making a mistake. Like, you enter into a relationship. It's a wrong relationship. You know that from day one. So you made that mistake. It doesn't make sense to drag it on for 20 years. Doesn't make sense. I know you put in a lot of hard work throughout the relationship. You tried to make it work, but it was a wrong relationship. It was a wrong bloody relationship. You cannot put money. You cannot put more money onto it. You cannot put more effort to it. You cannot be more emotionally invested to it. You cannot do that. If someone is asking for a player, or someone is asking for a player like Maguire from our team, just let him go. Just let him go. I don't know, as menial as 5 million pounds, because you're not getting even half of what you've spent. It's not possible. 40 million pounds for Maguire should not be expecting. If there is a chance, sell him, get him out of the club, leave him out of the captaincy spot, because we need that spot vacant. We need other players stepping up, as a captain. I have no respect for him as a captain, and as a player, I don't know. I've never seen him. I've never seen one game, and I watch almost all the games. I've never seen one game in where I feel satisfied with his performance, and I'm sure a lot of you would agree with the same. So just let him go. Pulisic can come in or not, but just let him go. Just go, man. Like, why do you like? I don't even need a swap deal right now. I just need this deal. Chelsea, please take him, make him a great player, make him England's best defender or whatever. Just remove him from this club. Please do that, please. 200k a week, man, for this garbage piece of shit. 200k. We pay him 200k pounds per week. Anyway, the next news will be really, you know heartbreaking for some of them, is because we we kind of unsettled Antony as a player, right? When we made the bid, and Ajax rejected it. 80 million. Ajax rejected it. Antony went into a boycott mode, and he was, sabotaging his training. He did not train with the team. He was trying to force a move to Manchester United, right? And as soon as the bid was rejected, because United are, whatever they're doing right now is in panic. Whatever Murtaugh and the Glazers are doing right now is panic-driven. Uh, is in a panic-driven mode. So what they did was they made a bid, and because they saw it being rejected, they quickly switch on to GAKPO. If this entire thing would have happened in maybe May, I don't know, June, whenever your target, you prioritize Antony as a target, whenever Murtaugh and Manchester United prioritize Antony as a target, whenever they did that, if if that was the time when they would have bid for Antony, firstly, they would have got him for cheap, right? Firstly. Secondly, there would not have been so much, drama related to this entire thing. So now, when Antony, I think Ajax would have told Antony that we would not let you go until a great offer comes by. So 80 million is a great offer for any, Eredivisie player, because, history says that they don't fit in well. Like, you just look at Depay, right? He was the best player, best talent, blah blah blah. What happened when he came here? Nothing happened, right? He failed. He failed miserably. He played 33 games, I think, couple of seasons, and just maybe 1.5 seasons, and he scored 2 goals. It was an out and out forward, right? He was there to score goals, create chances. He did nothing. So what did? Secondly, when Antony saw a bid of 80 million being rejected by Ajax, he went into a boycott mode. He started going on a strike, and he did not appear for training. He just appeared in the club. I think he was talking to Ajax that why would you do that? Why would you reject such a huge bid for me? I want to go. I don't. You said that if a bid comes, I would want to go, but you didn't. And honestly, I think Ajax should, because they are getting, like, they got 55 million for Martinez, 75 million or pounds, or you know they were getting for Antony. So which comes down to 85 million euros, whatever. Right now, what United are doing is they have unsettled Antony completely. He's going on a strike. They have spoiled the relationship with uh, I don't know if we call it a spoiling relationship with they will have with Ajax or Antony's camp right now. This straight away went to their backup plan, GAKPO, and they are preparing for a bid, because right now what I can see is GAKPO, they they are trying to force a move for GAKPO in case Antony doesn't come in, but they have also made up a backup plan of Carrasco. I've read that if GAKPO doesn't happen, then maybe Carrasco. But GAKPO should cost less than 40 million pounds, right? That is what I have been said. So these are the few things that United needs, a lot of correction in. Uh, you, you, if this entire thing would have been done in June or May, would have a lot of time for the player to convince his own club, right? So Antony would have had time for convincing his Ajax camp and his own agents and all about the transfer. But since just 2 weeks are left for this transfer window, just 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. United don't know what to do. They are panicking, and plus all these protests and the movements, and with Glazers out, they have to make a move, and they are doing that. And in turn, they're spoiling their reputation. They're spoiling their relationships with other club. This is a very sad state of events. But if we get both Gakpo and Antony, oh, I'll take them both any day, right? Why not, man? Like, one can play from the right, one can play from the left, one can be a backup for who Sancho, one can be a backup for Rashford, and oh my God, I not backup, they would be backup for them. So I am all win-win, man. If these both happen, but I don't know if both can happen. It's a far-fetched dream, but maybe. Also, United have not left the pursuit of De Jong. I don't know how that works. Saying they have still not left the pursuit for De Jong. Maybe they'll have a fresh bid in this coming week. So Antony, Gakpo, De Jong, I think these three players are on the radar. Again, we went from bidding for Arnautovic to signing Casemiro. We went from bidding for Rabiot to signing Arnautovic and then bidding for Antony. So just wondering what would have happened if we would have signed Rabiot and Arnautovic. Would we leave the pursuit for Antony and Gakpo? For Arnautovic? Thank God they rejected it. We, is this a joke? Is this a bloody joke? Fuck, dude. Like, if Arnautovic would have accepted his terms, I think he did accept his terms, but right, he did accept his terms, but club did not, right? They were expecting couple of million. I don't know why would they do that, but they were for 33-year-old striker, by the way. We bid for around 8-9 million, and they were expecting around 13. I don't know why, but okay. They rejected it. Fine. We went on our pursuit for different players. Our first choice players again. So we went from plan A to plan D, and then came back to A. What would have happened if plan D would have been accepted and the players would have agreed? If Rabiot deal would have went through, we wouldn't have signed Casemiro. That's just how it is. Deal with it. And these things are really, you know really sad for any United fan to witness, these kind of unprofessional, unethical kind of behaviors. And again, uh, there are other news coming in that uh, we might we just we like Van Bissaka might be on his way because they have a buyer. Van Bissaka has a buyer, but United are expecting more money. So we are not selling anyone for sure because we can't sell anyone. We don't have players to sell because no one will buy them. So the business that is going to happen is the incoming business. Nothing outgoing as of now is happening except if Ronaldo leaves, and we still would want money because I don't think United will terminate the contract. I saw Ten Hag's interview on Sky, a 1 minute clip with Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, in which he said that Ronaldo is still in his plans. So I don't think he is letting Ronaldo go. That is good for us. He'll score some goals. Okay, I see this one thing where Antony had 21 starts in the last Eredivisie. He had 8 goals and 4 assists, where GAKPO had 22 starts. He had 12 goals and 12 assists. So, you know, I personally like Antony as a player overall, but uh, GAKPO's stats are impressive as well. So, I would I wouldn't choose here, but Antony, I feel that there is a potential to grow uh, for Antony. Same with Gakpo as well, but the flashiness of the player attracts me somewhere. It's my opinion that Antony should come in. Also, Gakpo is cheaper, right? So wherever the business point of view comes in, I think United will try and focus there. But if both come in, I think we have a solid chance of redemption somewhere somehow. I don't know, but again, uh, only when these players start to come and settle in, we can think about other things. And first of all, we need to let Maguire go, and that is how everything should start, or at least bench him. I don't know how it works. So, just to summarize everything, I, I did save uh, one small piece of information that I think we should all acknowledge, that in this week, whatever happened, has happened only because there was a rise in price of share of Man United, right? And when Sir Jim Ratcliffe publicly announced that he might want to buy a share or a stake in the club, and people saw it as a chance, fans saw it as a chance of how to get rid of the Glazers. These things started to pump in. Glazers saw that, oh my God, they'll have to leave, or they are under the you know they're under the scanner. They've always been that, but they know how to shut people off. They just buy, they make some important signings, or maybe flash the cash, maybe like last time they did on Sancho. So they do that, right? More or less. So when they saw it, they started spending money on Casemiro, bidding for Antony, bidding for De Jong, and they started doing that, right? Pursuing them more seriously and relentlessly, as in they were towards in the last week. So we had Casemiro linked with our club in the last week, and he signed as well. Ronaldo came out publicly and said that in the last week, whatever happened in the last week, right? In the last week, Ronaldo came out publicly and said on an Instagram account that he will have an interview, a public interview, where he'll expose certain things about the media, where, as he said, only 5% of what they write is the truth and 95% of them are false, and he's keeping a tab for some reason. That's pure Ronaldo stuff, man. uh, Maguire is linked to Chelsea. We had made a 80 million bid for Antony that got rejected. Glazers out movement has been trending for the longest 3 fucking days. We haven't stopped that, and we will not stop that. Glazers should go, right? They should leave. We had GAKPO showing interest in coming here as well. So GAKPO had his personal terms sorted. Only I think the bid is the only thing that's remaining. I don't know if the plan is to buy both of Antony and GAKPO, or just GAKPO, or just wait on what Antony says and then bid for GAKPO. I don't know. Uh, McTominay also had a buyer, by the way. McTominay had a buyer in West Ham, so that might happen, and that will be another rejuvenating thing for me. Uh, we had Eric Bai. I really like the player, but he's not getting any game time, right? He will not get under Ten Hag, so might as well sell him if we get chance. Eric Bai, there has been a bit of interest from Marseille, so these are the things that happen in this 1 week where I think the driving force was where Jim Ratcliffe came out and said that I want to buy a stake in this club, and if possible, we'll go ahead. Full ownership is on the cards as well. So we as fans, if we keep on motivating ourselves and speaking out and sticking to the Glazers out movement, I think if we unite rather than fighting amongst each other, that some people like Maguire, some don't. So it's not about just one player, not about hating on one player. If we just go ahead and unite ourselves and just do this one thing, get Glazers out, then we can fight amongst ourselves about what player and what manager and everything else. Get this owner out, and then we can work towards whatever our agenda, our own agenda is, short term. But we need this ownership to go. We need this ownership to go. Anyway, this is too long a video. I don't know, 22 minutes, but yeah, that is all the information for now. I think today will be a big day where signings will, go ahead and bids will happen. So hopefully we'll look out for that. Thank you. Time.